Well, y'all, as you can see, I got the greenhouse cover back on. It's a little bit too tall, but I've got it fastened down pretty good. I'm hoping this time it'll stay down. There's really no way to fasten the bottom of it, but it's got 4 stakes on each corner, like here, and I'm holding it down, and then I've got 3 across the top that's holding it down. So I don't think it's going to go anywhere. And I'm here working on my green stalk tower. I'm getting ready to plant my peas. And I'm trying to figure out which one of these was supposed to be at the top. I think I got them mixed up last time, and I put the wrong one at the top. I may be wrong, but could be either one of those. But I had this one on top before, and I'm not sure it went on top. I think it went on the lower level, but we'll see. See how easy it is to put this on here. Yeah, it don't go on very easy. So I think what I'm going to do is take this one off, put this one on, and this one's going to be the top. I'm going to leave that on there so I don't get it mixed up. And hopefully these are not too wet to make them really heavy. Oh. Whew. But that's the only way you can get down in there, and that's going to be mulch. To refreshen the soil is to take it apart, refresh it all, and then put it back together. It's kind of heavy though. That's why I try to put really light soil in it. I don't want anything that's going to pack too hard and get too heavy. I'll let it kind of get dried out. But my peppers did good here last year. But I wanted to try my lima beans this time. Yeah, but I'm fixing to refresh this thing and plant my beans in it. It was like almost like 89 degrees today, but it's only going to be in the 40s, 50s tomorrow and the next day, and then it's going to warm back up. But this is all dirt that does not pack really hard. And that's good for your plants because you don't want it to pack real hard. If it packs real hard, then your roots have a hard time growing. fresh with a little bit of this. I'm just going to mix it right in. Let me cover that hole. So I don't have dirt going down in it. Well, I don't guess it's going to go on that one. It's too big. The pipe is. I don't know how to stop the hole up. Well, that'll work. Put a stick in it. Now you can see I'm leaving the dirt that's in there because that was all compost and matter that I put in there last year and it was broke down. And what I'm doing now is just working in a little bit of this all-purpose potting mix. Because I needed a little bit more in there. Now I'm going to wet that down. Lucky I'm going to step on you. Yeah, I almost stepped on you. Poor baby. Yeah, I mixed it in. I'm not going to put any compost tea on it yet because I think there's plenty of fertilizer in that little bit of topsoil I mixed in with what compost and other stuff that was in there already. So I'm just going to wet it. And I can water it more later. But I've got my beans here, my seeds. I got six little compartments. So I'm going to plant 6. Yeah, I have the camera turned where you can even see what I'm doing. Barely. But there's like 6 compartments in each level. So, I'm just going to put one pea in each little compartment. If I can find something to stick a hole. All I need is I can use one of these, I guess. I'm just going to stick a hole in each one of these, kind of close to the edge of it. I don't want it too deep, about twice as deep as the bean is wide. And I can take this out of here now. Like I said, I'm going to put one bean in each one because I don't want to have to thin them out later. And if I need to, I can always replant a bean. And just lightly cover it up. And I'm going to repeat with each one of my levels. But you know what? The first time I ever put this thing together, I not only got the levels mixed up, but I forgot to put the tray between the levels. And you got to have your tray on there. That helps distribute the water. It's got holes in it to distribute the water around. Okay, this one is the next one, I guess. It's not the easiest thing to get on there because once you get it full of dirt, and normally I would just dump this out in the wheelbarrow and mix it all up again and put it back. But since it's not that heavy and I'm not going to get rid of that dirt, I'm going to do it this way. If I can get it lined up. It's not as easy as it looks. It'd be a lot easier if you had it empty to put it on there. But you can see it's not that difficult either. So I got the bottom tier planted. And this one's got, I don't know, it's kind of packed harder. Ooh, I forgot to put my stick in there. Gotta stop your hole up with something so your dirt don't go down in it. You don't want your hole stopped up because if it gets stopped up, the water won't go down through there. But you want to do this to break up all of your dirt so it's loose and the roots have somewhere to go. They don't have to fight to put out roots. And like I said, I'm going to refresh it just a little bit with this because some of my dirt is settled down in there. And you're supposed to have them full. Each tray is supposed to be full, almost to the very top. And mine were several inches below it. They're still a good inch below. Just work it up and loosen it up. I mean, I know I got good dirt in here. That's the only reason I'm leaving it. I mean, you don't throw your old dirt away that you made from compost and leaves and all that stuff. Once it's broke down, whew, you just want to refresh it. I got a face full of dirt. You just want to refresh it. Keep your dirt. Keep all that soil. It's not supposed to get down to freezing, so I think one night it might be to 37, 38. But it's not supposed to get down to freezing, I'm hoping. And it won't hurt the peas even it does, because, or the beans, because I'll be just planting them, and they won't be sprouted yet, so the freeze won't kill the sprout. And see, I have no grass in here to fight with either. Now I can take that out. Whew. I like to wet my soil down before I put my seed in it. It'll be a little bit heavy too to try to pick it up after it's wet, so you don't want to wet it down until you get it put back up on your tower. Now some people might want to put 2 seeds in. That's perfectly fine. But if you put 2 seeds in and they both sprout, you're going to be thinning them out. So I'm just going to put 1 in. One package almost did 2. I'm hoping I've got enough to do the whole tower. And these are lima beans. Just plain old lima beans right there. I did some research on the green stalk tower, and they say that these lima beans, because they're bush beans, are supposed to be one of the best things in the world you can plant in this tower. So we'll see. I've never planted the lima beans in here before, but we're doing it this year. Now I'll get my tray back up there. Whew, now we'll get that one up there. And it'd be nice if there was an easier way to do this, or you had somebody with muscle to do it for you. But take my advice, and if you're going to use a green stalk tower like this, unless you're going to empty it to redo it, get the lightest type of soil you can find to put in it. Don't get a heavy clay. Because that heavy clay would just be harder to pick up. That's sitting on my tray. That's in, this one's in, this one's in, this one's in, that one's in. I'm going to pull my pepper plants out. I don't know if any of the roots are still alive or not, but I'm replanting peppers somewhere else this year. I'm not going to have them in here anyway. And I think this one was still alive. Still green anyway. I think this one gave into the last freeze we had. That one did too. But I didn't actually have a deck to put this on. Not where it would get the sun I wanted it to get. So I put it on flat cinder blocks. You know, the ones that are only like 4 inches thick. And I just made a floor where it's underneath it. So, and I can unlock the wheels and rotate it around if I want to. And work it in. I forgot to put my stick up there. Where's my stick? Stop the hole up. I don't want it full of dirt. If it gets full of dirt, you'll never be able to get the water to go through. And it'll stop it up. This one's still a little wet. Yeah, I didn't get this quite full the first year that I used it because I couldn't afford to buy that much soil. After buying the green stalk, I felt like I couldn't splurge on a bunch of soil to go in it, so I didn't fill it as full as it should have been. But it's supposed to be filled almost to the top, about 1 inch or so below the top, because you don't want the water to run out, or the rain. You want the rainwater to go through your dirt and water your plants. So I think this will be sufficient right here. Take that out. Now I've got that one planted. I need to wet this one down and plant it. And all I need to do is get it all done and forget to put my seeds in there. That'd be something crazy like I do. coffee. Oh, I'm not anxious to lift that high. Yeah. Because this is a heavy one. Whew. I think that one got a little wet. That's why it got so heavy. I think I put water in it yesterday and I shouldn't have. Whew. Now we'll get this thing turned. Whew. Okay. You gotta cooperate with me here. You gotta cooperate here. There, I think I got it right now since I switched those two. I need to mark them, put 1, 2, 3, 4 is what I need to do. Oh, now I just need to fret, loosen up this, put my stick in the hole. I mean, most of you women have a husband around that can manhandle this kind of stuff for you. Just loosen it up the best you can. And if you want to dump it out, dump out each tray into a wheelbarrow or something like that. And that's what I do sometimes, is I just dump each tier out in the wheelbarrow and mix it up and then put it back in. That way I can put the pot back up here, the tier up, before I fill it full of dirt. That way it's a lot easier to put it back up here. But I'm trying to cut corners to this tonight because it's getting late. Just loosen all that dirt up. Thank God the wind is not blowing. I've still got the other cover for the greenhouse, the other green one, but it doesn't have the windows in the side with the little screen mesh on it. So I've got it in the shed. When this one tears up, I'll just replace it with the other green one. And then instead of buying a new cover, I think I'll buy a whole new greenhouse frame with the cover with it, so that way I know it fits correctly. But I'm hoping what I did will work. Got little snails in here. don't want the video to go too long. I figured I'd have just about enough left in that bag to do this, and I do. So that's a good thing. And I haven't yet planted the top tier. You know, you can plant in the top one, or you can just use it for the water reservoir, because basically that's where you water it from. Yeah, just enough to do these tiers. And I'm not packing it down, I'm just spreading it around, kind of evening it up all the way to the edges. Boy, I'm glad I don't have to pick any more of that up. What in the world? I want to spray, not... Yeah, I didn't have to water this week because it rained. So I managed to go around with my compost tea and keep the soil damp, you know, where my seeds were, to keep them from dying on me. Oh. Now, I mean, that's 6, 12, 24. That'll be 24 bean plants if all of these beans sprout and live and produce beans. And that'll keep me a few extra ones. To replant if some of them don't come up. They're a big bean. But remember, plant twice as deep as the seed is wide. If you'll follow that rule, you should be safe with the depth that you plant your seeds. Little tiny ones, you can, you know, like carrots, you can just sprinkle them on top of the dirt, water them in, and you got them planted. So that's going to leave me some extra. About a pack and a half extra. In case they, you know, they don't come up, I'll have some more to stick in the holes and replant. And I'm thinking what I might do is put marigolds in this top tray instead of using it for a water, because this tells you how deep to put it in water to water the whole thing. And I don't think there's another tray for the top. That is the tray. Yeah. Oh, I think this is what I had the trouble with. This thing right here wanted to keep popping out. Because I didn't have anything to weight it down. That's the way it goes. And then you got this thing that goes in the top to close up that middle hole. So if you wanted to plant in the top, it's got drain holes in it all the way around it. So now you could put dirt in the top and plant marigolds or anything that you'd want to plant in there. And that just might be what I'll do. Let's put me some marigold seeds in there. I've never planted in the top of it before, but I got some of this dirt that was salvaged out of the greenhouse where all my pots turned over. Now there's probably 1,000 seeds in there, all mixed up. That seeds were that I planted in them little pots. And I don't know if they'll come up or not. But I'm going to find out, because this year I'm planting in the top of it. Let me go get some more potting mixes. I don't have enough of it up there. I'm going to try emptying this bag in there. Still may not be enough. But. Yeah, and I'm just going to sprinkle some marigold seeds in the top. I think that'll be pretty to grow marigolds in the top of my pea patch or my lima bean patch. So there you go. I just wanted y'all to see that because I told y'all I was going to do it. There is my my green stalk tower. Like I told you I was going to do. I refurbished it with soil. Planted my lima beans in there. I'm fixing to go in the house and get the marigold seeds to put in the top. And there's my greenhouse all fixed and ready to go. And the wind's died down, thank goodness. And he's been out here watching me. No, don't you go in there. He went in there one time. No. Get out. He went in there one time. I didn't know he was in there. And I come by here and shut the door. And he was shut up in the greenhouse all night. I mean, he was shut up in the shed all night. He was not happy the next morning. He was ready to get out of there because he'd never been shut up like that before. He didn't know what was going on. Did you, Lucky, huh? He's mad at me because I wouldn't let him go in there. Here's all my stuff where I was fixing my shed over there. One thing, that the house doesn't come down far enough to where there's enough of the plastic under the rocks to hold it down. Especially when that wind was blowing like it was. So, hopefully with the tie downs on the top, I got stakes at each corner, and they're pretty deep in the dirt, so I don't think they're going to be pulled up. So, we're going to try that and see what happens. I don't think I'm going to need to start seeds in there. I can probably start them outside. But there's some beefsteak tomatoes, like I said, we're coming up in the greenhouse. My coleus and kohlrabi and thyme hasn't come up yet. That was one of the trays that does not dump over. And see, I got my zucchini and squash. Some of those are up. I got okra that came up. And there is my geranium jaw. Look at the little tiny seed sprouts of geraniums. I'm hoping they'll survive because I want geraniums this year. And there's my lettuce. And there may be a sunflower or two in there with them. I don't know. Like this, I think probably it might be a sunflower. And that one may be. But the rest of it is lettuce, supposed to be. It's that salad bowl lettuce that I put in there. Yeah, it was kind of disheartening. And I got Cherokee purple tomatoes coming up. See, there's a sprout right there, and there's one right there. I just hope it survives. I don't know if the seeds stayed in the other two or not. This is how you make a mini greenhouse, y'all. Put your plants in there in the small cups. And then cover it over. That's so if it gets hot, cold at night, it's in its own little greenhouse. Well, y'all, I'm going to clean up my mess. I'm going to go in the house, take me a shower, relax a little bit. And I guess we'll see you on the next one. But there is my green stalk tower planted, ready to go with lima beans. Bye, y'all. Please like, share, and subscribe to my videos.